What it is, y'all? It is your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back at you tonight with more Dokkan Battle. We've talked Dokkan in a really long time, and I think that's just because Global has pretty much been the Sahara for like the longest. Basically, since we got the last news, I have been asleep, and I have not been doing much in the game. I've got a few units that need, awakenings. Obviously, we got the EZAs for the androids, but even then, like, is it really that hype? Like, it's you're recycling an old EZA. We're not getting a ton of Dragon Stones right now. It's just not been an exciting time. But that is all changing for JP. But fret not, my global people, because Global tends to get these updates really quickly. So when will we get this update? I don't know. I don't think it'll happen before the anniversary, but I don't think it'll be much long after that. So we'll see what happens. But let's talk about this because I'm really excited for this. I'm not exaggerating either. I'm stupid excited for this. So this is a new mode of gameplay. Okay, what they're gonna do here is he's gonna pick 3 units that have synergy. Basically, you're gonna pick 3 units that have some similar traits, and you have to do it in a certain amount of time. We'll get into what all this means, but this is the new battle mode, and the whole goal here. So let me read this out for you. New mode called Explosive Chain Battle, and I promise you, Explosive Chain Battle will not be its name when it comes to Global, because that sounds kind of lame. Is coming to Dokkan JP. Also worth noting, Pilaf Trove is too, so yeah, there's that. We won't get into my opinion of Pilaf Trove. Look at that damage, though. So one thing I do want to mention here, and you'll see it later on, that's a crazy amount of damage. But that pales in comparison to what's actually possible through this mode. So when most other game modes cap out at like 99,999,999 words, you'll be able to get well over 100+ million in here without question. So they've added an extra integer at least to this game mode. I don't know if that's going to pertain to the rest of the game, but at minimum this game mode is getting that. Okay, so how does this work? Okay, only 10 cards will be able to be used, and each boss is restricted to a certain category weakness. Meeting these criteria, you'll be able to fight the boss. However, you cannot defeat him. You cannot defeat the boss. And once again, big shout out to Armang JLX, who brought this information to me in our translation. So if the translations are a little clunky, that's probably because I'm reading it poorly and I'm trying to read between the lines. So, interesting point here. The highest amount of damage within 10 to 15 rounds is what you will need. Hold up. My Damachi players, their ears are tingling. They're like, 15 rounds? Can't defeat him? Yes. Dokkan Battle just got Record Buster. But I'm going to be real. It's a good game mode for Dokkan Battle. It's a really awesome game mode. Okay? Be aware, lowering defense is actually more important to this game mode for higher scores. So those of you guys that know, whenever I was talking about units that greatly lower defense, how much I love that, and y'all were like, raise attack. Like, there you go. Those units that lower defense are going to be clutch in this mess. 0 stamina cost, which is nice. Basically, so you can do tons and tons of different runs and build up different teams. There is a rank system. The higher the rank, the better the rewards. Also worth noting, there will be loot boxes available for the currency you get from this event, kind of like we have for Battlefield. So nothing really new there. Yeah, they're calling it a co-op mode, but I'm guessing it's less co-op with your other players than co-op within your deck. Okay, so let's talk about how this bad boy is going to work. Let's get on here. So, step 1, screen shouldn't look too different than what we've had before. It looks like a typical Dokkan start screen. Okay. The main team will battle. That's step 2 down here. That's your main team. Main team will battle, and the supporters on the bottom. Okay. So this is the main team. These are your supporters. Highly recommended all types support units. Example, Turles for teammate that's supporting the side. Main hitters recommended are LRs and Dokkan Fest units. So in other words, all your supporters are going to lend their passive skills, it looks like, to your team up here. So case in point, Turles being his 40% is going to give them stuff up here. So your supporters, your supporters that are like, oh, we'll give you X, Y, or Z percent when you're below X, Y, or Z percent, probably aren't going to be the best. I'm not sure how that's going to be calculated yet, but that is worth considering. You want basically supporters that support across the board. This is not... So, their passive skills affect these units. That's pretty much all you need to know. It's not like they have to be in rotation with them. All these passive skills look like they're going to be in play all the time. Very nice, that, actually. Pretty awesome. So, there will be a special moment. Let's go down here to step 3. Okay? There will be a special moment when you need to pick 3 units that have perfect synergy. So in this case, they picked units that are fusions and Super Saiyan. Now, worth noting here, notice they used physical Gotenks and Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. I'll need to talk about Gotenks too, because I forgot to talk about that at the beginning of the video, but I'll talk about it here at the end, so stay tuned for that. But fusion units that are Super Saiyan, it's going to give you basically more damage. You need to pick it within a certain time. The faster you select them, the higher your points are going to be. So, choose wisely, but choose quickly. And once again, I'm sure as we get used to this game mode, we're going to be able to pick stuff a lot faster. It's like Wrecker, Buster, and Damachi. Your first few runs, they're kind of eh. Your later runs, you're kicking ass and taking names. So, good stuff. Highly recommended lowering defense units could help you at a higher score. We already talked about that. So, lower defense, guys. Lower defense. So, step 4, and this is what I was talking about before. Bam! 143,435,313 damage. So, there is an extra integer added in minimum on this event. Maybe throughout the game, but minimum here. I don't know if the game in total really needs it yet, but it's getting there. It's getting there quickly. So, yeah. Interesting game mode. I'm looking forward to this. Dokkan Battle's getting Record Buster. I think that's the greatest thing. Like, I have not been hyped for Dokkan in a while. I've been playing it on the backside. We've been streaming it little by little, but we haven't been going too crazy on it. And now, I think this is hype. I think this is really hype. Now, I'm looking forward to this coming to Global because I haven't done anything with my JP account in ages. My JP account is like so old now. So we'll probably have to wait for this to come to Global before I get my hands on it, really. Unless I do something crazy like buy a JP account or whatever. But this is super exciting. I'm looking forward to this. Now, I did say there was some news regarding Gotenks. We got some V-Jump information. I don't know if there's enough there to make a full video, but when we get everything else, we'll make a video on it. JP for Golden Week, for part 1 of Golden Week, is getting a Gotenks that is base form, transforms Super Saiyan, and has the Super Saiyan 3 active skill. And then we're getting a Fat Boo, that does a few transformations itself. So it's a dual Dokkan Fest for Golden Week. We'll probably see that sometime in fall, October or September, something like that, depending upon how the anniversary goes. But that's news, guys. That's great stuff. I'm really excited about all this. Let me know if you guys are excited for this new game mode in the comments section down below. I know my JP players are probably losing their shit over this. I'm looking forward to what this means for Global. One thing that is worth noting, you guys remember when Battlefield first came out on JP? It took a really, really, really long time for it to come over to Global. Mostly because Battlefield was... Well, the first version of Battlefield was pretty badly flawed. Like, it wasn't working right. People hated that mode. It was a dreaded mode when it first came out. When they revised it and it came back out, now that was an awesome mode. This mode looks like it's fairly well polished. I don't think this is going to be a failure. I think this is going to be a huge win and a huge success for Dokkan Battle, and a much-needed breath of fresh air as far as game modes and all that go. So, I mean, we're talking about a game that's in its 5th year now. So, it needs something more. And it's got it. I think this is going to be great. I don't see this failing. I do see this being a very big success. But I also think it's going to take... There's going to be a big learning curve for people trying to get used to it. But hopefully we'll get it. Usually we get these things sooner than the general 6-month... 6-month schedule. So probably shortly after whatever download celebration follows Global's 5th anniversary. But I don't see it before 5th anniversary if I'm real. If I'm completely real. But let me know what y'all think in the comments section. It would be awesome. I'd love to have it. Because you know the 5th anniversary units added to this would be hype. But yeah. Let me know what y'all think. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll be back at you guys with more. I got a lot of Dokkan Battle content I wanted to bring you guys, but I haven't had time to produce it. So hopefully this weekend we'll jump back on that train. I've got some stuff for y'all. Fingers crossed.